It's June 26th here in southern Ontario. So, just a rambling opinion piece here. As we see, most conservative voters would like to see Poilievre back in Parliament to humble, humiliate, and embarrass Carney and his cronies, the Liberals. Carney, of course, has said he's not committing to question period, and he would probably leave his minions to suffer at the hands of Poilievre, and we would all like to see that. It's entertaining theater, nothing more, because nothing is accomplished. And the cost? Oh, we could all have a Netflix package deal rather than what these guys cost us in Parliament. So, anyways, when will the by-election be held in Alberta for Poilievre, having taken over that riding in Battle Creek or whatever the heck it is? Sorry, doesn't matter. We all know what that's all about. What if he loses that, doesn't win that seat? Right? The party, the Conservative Party, is to have a leadership review in what, January? That makes sense? What if Poilievre doesn't get a seat? Then I guess they're going to have to have a leadership convention at that point. Now, I get to my point finally. I would like to see Dr. Leslyn Lewis run the party. She's bright. She's a woman. She's a woman of color. So, no prejudice or racial thing here, but those factors would sway a lot of liberal fence-sitting voters, right? It's true. It's a reality. I like her. She is the only conservative I'm aware of that has spoken out loudly against the World Economic Forum, and she has said she would like to see Canada leave the UN, which the UN is the World Economic Forum. Again, just to stress the point, the leader of the UN, Antonio Guterres, is a very high-ranking, powerful WEF member, sitting, or at least having sat, on the foundation board, the head table at the World Economic Forum. They're pretty secretive, so I know he was there. I'm not sure if he still is. It doesn't matter. He's the architect of, the changing weather and the Greta Green thumb. In fact, he's the one who placed Greta. But anyways, selected Greta, I guess I should say. Now, Leslyn Lewis had met with Christine Anderson when she was here touring Canada. We all know, I think you know who Christine Anderson is, the German politician and EU Parliament member who's very outspoken against the World Economic Forum and their agendas. You may recall, because I was appalled at the time, when Poilievre called her, Christine Anderson that is, a Yahtzee, and admonished our good doctor there and the three politicians. I'm trying to think who else was with her. Leslyn Lewis, I can't recall. So anyways, Dr. Leslyn Lewis, three other politicians had lunch or dinner or something with Christine Anderson, and Poilievre made that statement. And at that point in time, I was like, wow, that's it for you, for me, pal. And they were admonished, Leslyn Lewis and the other three, and no more talking about the UN and just, go sit down and shut up. I'm the man. So, I don't see anybody else in the Conservative Party for that. Well, for the UN and the WEF, and that she talks openly about it. Again, I'm referring to Dr. Leslyn Lewis. I'd like to see her head the party. It would, I think it would be a very good thing. And I don't really, who else is there in the Conservative Party? I mean, I'm a fan of Larry Brock, the bulldog I refer to him as, but I don't see him talking about the World Economic Forum and the UN. So, just an opinion piece.